So we're gonna be departing soon in about a minute or two. We're gonna have a word of prayer before we leave. Tyreek, Malik, Clayton.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Hayden, Tyler,
He's my bad.
Amoy,
What he can do with that?
Rodney, Kevin. All right. In the bag is the instructions. All right. The instructions are sewed onto the bag. All right. There's one of the tents there for example. All right.
Unless you don't want me to close.
No. They ain't give me a hammer.
Go right there.
Oh, tie it around.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so it's good to have you guys here. I want you to remind you that this is a camp, so you're not home in your front rooms. You're not, relaxing in your sofa sets.
Good evening!
Good evening!
All right.
It is my pleasure to be in your company this evening.
God save the King. Turks and Caicos, Turks and Caicos, our country firm and free.
Substance abuse and violence. The objective is defining substance abuse and abuses.
Yeah, boy. Camping for fitness. Look at that chicken. You can't find that out there by the fish fry. Them fellas out by the fish fry be joking around, boy. Right here.
Because violence is not the answer. Go ahead, Sonny.
Sir, if that type of situation would have happened to me, sir, first, what I would do, I would ask them, what is the matter? What are you touching? Why are you touching my bag? Or why are you trying to steal my bag?
Good morning, all campers. Good morning. That's Carl. But man, you got a rolling lions, right? This is my father's world. Sing, guys. I rest in the Lord.
Okay? Camp Fitness Pledge. Everybody? Participate fully in the activities of this camp. Camp Fitness.
To be a team player, an active listener,
An active learner, and most importantly, to be my brother's keeper and friend. I pledge to take care of my physical fitness through proper diet and exercise. I pledge to improve my mental fitness through education and training. And I pledge to nurture my spiritual fitness by applying God's holy word to my daily life. I further pledge to be kind, courteous, considerate, and
And then let me remind you, each of you were created in the image of God. What does that mean? That you look like God? No. It doesn't mean that your physical structure looks like God. It means that every attribute about you, the fact that God would have made body and then in you he put spirit and he placed you on earth to help him manage this place. What a concept.
Alright, so my name is Angelo Garland. I'm one of the musicians at Bethany. At my other job, I'm sports performance coach here at TCI Commission. I work with athletes, federations to help get athletes better to compete at high intensity. So that's things such as nutrition, strength and agility, flexibility, mobility, stuff like that. Anything to help you guys become better, that's kind of what I do at my job.
Up. Down. Up. Down. Switch. 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 Switch.
Switch!
Oh, well, this is a camp that we've been thinking about for quite a while, the Bethany Men Fellowship. This is an effort that we're doing to bring the young men of our church along with the Men Fellowship, where we could be mentors to them and help to give them guidance and lead them on the right path, you know. So yeah, so this is our first camp session, and we hope to continue this every year if possible. We hope to see it grow larger with more young men and boys, and maybe one day we'll probably go to a place where it's not just Baptist, but it can be a Turks&Caicos Islands camp one day. Yeah, so that's what we're hoping to do, and with the blessings of God, we want to get young men more focused with the Word of God and with the community in a more positive sense. Yeah.
So the camp started yesterday evening at 5 p.m., which is what, July 7th? And we met at the National Stadium. That's where parents dropped off their children, their boys, at the National Stadium, and then we bused them from the National Stadium over to the campsite. And once they got here, we separated them into groups, and the first activity was a competition to see who could set up their tent fastest. All right. From there on, we had an opening ceremony. The opening ceremony is where we welcome all the campers, and we write through the camp rules, the camp pledge, singing of a camp song, national anthem, national song. We had a devotional segment as well, and then we also had representatives from the 100 Black Men Inc. and TCI who came to speak to them about drug abuse and conflict resolution.
I think it's a good experience of the camp. It's a very good initiative too of the Brotherhood at Bethany. Need to be commended for this initiative, in that they're seeking to involve the young men of the church to be involved in an all-round program. Not only geared for the spiritual, but the physical. This morning they had a good physical exercise with somebody from the Sports Commission. And we had a very challenging devotion by Deacon Howell, because in today's world you have a lot of compromise taking place. And the youngsters, all of us, were admonished and reminded that we are not to compromise. Just a little, it's still a compromise. And compromise can lead us into trouble that we could very well avoid. And it's good to see the keen, rapt attention that the youngsters has. We usually say that they are the future, and I think if we are going to have a good future, we have to train them today. And I think that's what this camp is doing, training the youngsters for the future to lead the country.
We have made great strides from yesterday to today. Today, Saturday, the 8th July. On the schedule, we have speakers from the TCI regiment. We're going to deal with survival tips, CPR, map reading. And then we have someone from fisheries and marine departments. We're going to talk about conservation and boat safety and those sort of stuff. And then later on during the day we have some sporting activities like kayaking, a little fishing, to get the youngsters interested and have a little fun. Because people that believe that when you're Christian is not fun, but we tend to show that Christian, you be a Christian and still have fun. But do it in a way that pleases God.
Who's having a debate on whether that this is a sea or a lake?
What?
It's technically a sea.
Tell me, and you say you want to talk to your wife.
I've been held captive.
Me too.
Break these chains!
Definitely ain't putting that on there. You got something to say?
You need an activity to do.
Sir, no boy, this is my work. Sir,
When you get your phone back, I ain't know.
I'll be mommy. Sir,
It's alright. It's alright.
Okay, boy. Alright. But you have to God did.
What else? So y'all like the food. What else? What else?
I need more. What else?
Sometimes.
The scenery.
Yeah,
Like the scenery.
What's the scenery?
I
I see no good scenery there, but I think it was
know when it's nighttime.
All of that inside of the harbor. Like you say, when you're in the field, you have to think about things that you need while you're in the harbor, like water source, how you're gonna get your food heated. Like you say, if anybody is ill or anything, we need to deal with all of that inside of the harbor. However, when it comes to dealing with water, you just can't drink water from any sources. You have to purify it. So, like you said, one of the ways of purifying water is actually using.
And then what you do, you get some that come this way, and you get as much branches as you can, and put it on top of that. And then you get some dirt.
So it has to be, you have to be able to get under easy, and be able to get from under it easy. Now, like I say, the top of this is waterproof. This is also used as a stretcher, just so you know. So even now we're using it as a form of shelter, which is what it's for.
My name is Paul Dickerson. I'm one of the senior officers with the Department of Environment and Marine Resources, Marine Management. Anyone have any idea what I mean? Fisheries and Marine Management vessels, Moby Dick. The other vessel that you have right here is actually patrol vessel Hammerhead. Now, any better turning around, guys, what you're going to do is just going to put it forward. You're going to put it in, and you're going to go. So you guys see how right there's been turning the kayak around?
What you say, bud?
Guys, let's go, let's go, let's go, 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 let's go, 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 this is the top race. This is the top single race and drug match. Go, guys, go, 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 this is it, this is it. This will determine who's the top Bethany kayaker. Go on the single line. Of course, Clay, I've already won one single race. I need for the double. But this is a grudge match here. Let's go on. Let's see who's going to be the best. He's out. Sean.
Called an internal combustion engine. This one is what is called a 4-stroke, and it takes 4 strokes to complete the cycle. The first stroke is intake, where it pulls a mixture of gas and air together. The next stroke is compression, when the valves close, the piston comes. Let's see how we go down.
What is that, my body?
So he made this. We're going to take it down and we're going to put it back up together for you. Now, when you're going to build, you're going to ask an arch attack, and some of you guys would be.
Let me show you how to bounce! I
know. I passed it for 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Stay away from the crossroad. Put your back. Nah, boy. Oh, that's good. Therapeutic, right?
Maybe couldn't see too well when it get late at night, or when it get dark. And Samuel, the young boy, was still awake, lying down. It was at the end of the day, and so he hadn't fallen asleep as yet.